There's no better way to kick off an awards program than giving an award to our 2026 Volunteer of the Year, right? So we gave two of them. And someone from the class of 85, remind me again who's here from 85? Great. Anybody over here? Yeah, we got you guys are a little not jumping up and down. Kathy, come on. So, a proud member of the class of 1985, Ximena Navarro. She's a yay. She's a proud Notre Dame alum and parent, and her commitment goes far beyond her family. For decades, Ximena has been the heartbeat of the Notre Dame Club of Bolivia. She has championed everything Notre Dame in South America while serving in a variety of roles, including, after all of these years of doing everything, she is currently the co-president of the club, probably again for the second or third time. Despite her distance from campus, and I mean that because you would be sure that Ximena had moved to South Bend sometimes, as often as she comes back to support Our Lady. And so she goes totally beyond what anybody expects of her. She served on the our board of directors when I first got here. She was on the Latin American Advisory Council founded by Father Hesburgh, and she works with the university on graduate admissions. But wait, there's more. She recently organized a monumental Hesburgh lecture featuring Professor Laura Gamboa ahead of Bolivia's election. It was a really big deal. And by facilitating this dialogue between political commentators and the public, Ximena provided a vital platform for this intellectual engagement. Her leadership transformed a single lecture into an entire week of community exchange. Pretty amazing. We are blessed and grateful to have Ximena as part of the Notre Dame family. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming our force for good in Bolivia, Ximena Navarro.
Good evening, everyone. I stand before you tonight with a full heart, and I must confess with a slightly trembling voice. Receiving a recognition in this place among the people who have shaped who I am is something I never imagined when I was a young girl from La Paz, Bolivia, landed at South Bend Airport for the very first time. I remember that arrival. I stepped off the plane into the unknown, and there was a family waiting for me, curiously watching to see what this Bolivian girl would look like, I suppose. A father, a mother, and three delightful, mischievous little children, the Jones family. My host family from that very first day, and my family ever since. Duki, who was then 6 years old boy when Destiny first called, is here tonight with his wife, Becky. I am so glad you are here for me for this important moment. Notre Dame gave me 4 blessed years, 4 years of learning my profession in design, which I still practice today, and 4 years of something far more enduring, friendships that have lasted a lifetime, and something that you Domers, here can grasp new, deeper ways of encountering God, whether it was through unforgettable masses, the Passover on Holy Saturday, the midnight vigil that awakens us to the risen Christ, theology classes with Father John Dan, or the chance to meet seminarians who became priests. All of these blessed encounters shaped me and gave me a purpose I carry to this day. The leadership conference theme is Echoes of Hope. When I first read those words, I paused because that is exactly what Notre Dame has been in my life. an echo that never fades. And what I have tried imperfectly and joyfully to be for others, carrying the sound of this place is its faith, its learning, its spirit of service back to Bolivia and Latin America in every possible way. During my sophomore year, Bolivia was struck by a hyperinflation, one of the worst economic crises in the country's and the world's history. Overnight, my mother, a meritorious, loving wife, and deeply admirable widow, found herself with two of her three children enrolled in American universities and approximately $500 to cover for 2 years that I had remaining at Notre Dame. By the time spring arrived, little hope remained for me to continue my education. And with it, my visits to the Hesburgh Library, La Fortune, Grotto, you name it. During my first 2 years, I had been fortunate enough to meet Father Hesburgh and Father Pelton, who were deeply connected to the Latin American student community and believed that the present and future of Catholicism lay in Latin America and the Caribbean. Time and again, I had the opportunity to chat with them about life, about faith, about how difficult things had been becoming in Bolivia. Father Ted listened. He truly listened. And one day, the phone rang in my room. My roommates answered and immediately assumed I must be in serious trouble because I was being summoned to the president's office. Thanks to Father Ted's intervention with financial aid, I was able to return the following fall and complete my studies at Notre Dame. At that time, international students were not eligible for financial aid. What I received went far beyond what was possible and certainly more than I could have ever hoped for. A true gift for me, and one that has made possible not only by Father Ted, but also by my brother's sacrifice, working at his own university so that we could remain at mine. If you believe in miracles, this was one with many faces. I never forgot it. I never forgot it. I never could. And I have lived ever since with a quiet promise to myself to spend my life giving back what has been given to me, hope and the chance to become a proud Domer. That commitment has driven me to never miss a chance to connect Bolivian students, to open doors for them with information, contacts, and time spent sharing about the wonders of this place with their families. For those who end up here, my greatest hope is that they become ambassadors of Notre Dame every single day of their lives. Echoes of hope, each one of them. That personal mission grew into something larger. Already an alumna and answering Father Ted's invitation, I was among the founders of the Notre Dame Latin America and Caribbean Alumni Council, a body that ran for 25 years, guided by Father Ted's vision of strengthening Notre Dame's bond with predominantly Catholic region that share our deepest values. Today, I see the fruits of that collective selfless work. We are not only attracting outstanding undergraduate students from our region, I carry a dream of promoting Notre Dame's graduate programs as well. We are already taking those first steps with our ND Club in Bolivia. If we follow the same recipe that enlarged the undergraduate presence at Notre Dame and work together as clubs across Latin America, I believe we will soon attract our region's strongest candidates to study here, to learn from this place, and to go out and make the world a better place. I believe that our countries and our world can only walk a path of justice, peace, dignity, and hope in their leaders if their leaders are formed in those values, the values that are inherent to everything we live and learn at Notre Dame. From time to time, I find myself waking up with new ideas, thinking about what more can be done so that Notre Dame's spirit continues to take root in my actions and reach as many Bolivians as possible. I do not do this alone. The Notre Dame Club in Bolivia moves forward because there are people who share this mission. A team that embraces the challenge together, whether it is organizing the Global Day of Service, hosting a Hezbollah lecture, including one that is coming in August, welcoming NDC volunteers to build suspension bridges across Bolivian communities, or simply gathering with donors' families, we carry this mission forward together. People sometimes ask my relationship with Notre Dame. I graduated from this place 41 years ago. My children finished over a decade ago. The Latin American and Caribbean Council no longer exists. I am a former regional board director, and yet Notre Dame remains a living presence in my life. I still find myself inspired by what more can be done. Let me share with you a word that helped me understand how we each find a meaning, how we discover our own reason to live and our own reason to rise each morning with purpose. The work is in Japanese, ikigai. The idea that each of us carries a reason to live, a reason to rise in each day with purpose. I realized I had been living it all along without knowing it when my first daughter-in-law lent me a small book called Ikigai for a long flight. It was a short one, but so profound that it helped me understand more deeply with why anything related to Notre Dame holds such meaning in my life. I never gave it back. I still keep it one. I have no Japanese blood, but in this beautifully globalized world, we can all learn from one another. And Ikigai helped me understand something I had been living without fully naming, that Notre Dame is not just a university I attended, it is a way of life. It is a reason to wake up on many mornings and resolve to give meaning to my day, to the next plan, the next conversation, the next student I might help connect to this place, the next email to Chris Land, asking for guidance on something that could have an impact in our region. The next message to Leah, seeking for a connection, and the next call to Dolly, always asking for her wise opinion. As a practicing Catholic, each one of its own way, a small echo of hope I can send out into the world. As a practicing Catholic, that passion for sharing Notre Dame stands for is more than Ikigai. I feel and truly believe that it is the light of Christ that must be carried, and that is my mission. The question I ask, the actions that follow, and every plan we bring to life through the Notre Dame Club in Bolivia are what we led here tonight. Standing before this extraordinary community, profoundly grateful, not only for this word, this mention, but for everything this university has entrusted to me, its missions, its value, its people. Notre Dame gave me more than an education. It gave me my life a deeper meaning. God, country, Notre Dame. Thank you.